to get around. Only 350 gold. Nice hard sale, dude. I'm gonna pass. I do need to do something, though. How about in this inn? You got something? Be a man in battered armor. He seems to be drinking himself into a stupor. Are you a soldier? A mercenary. Are you fighting anyone now? Yeah, everyone. Fighting the catheads, then the sliths, then the catheads, then the sliths. Ah, I've been beat up by everybody. I'm on vacation. Go away. Okay. Any jobs that adventurers such as we could do? Hey. Matter of fact, yes. Interested in finding a natural hot spring. If so, I could probably profitably expand my innkeeping operation. If you find a nice spring, let me know. I'll pay you well. Where would I find such a thing? If I knew, I wouldn't have offered you money to find it now, would I? Oh, goodness. Also, where do I find my quests? Hey. Why can't I get help from this program? Awesome. Also, it's Remembrance 32, year 817. Oh, this game takes a long time in-game. It will go on for a considerable amount of time for these characters. I just can't remember how things get started. I don't think you go to the castle straight away because that's dangerous. Oh, maybe it does that every time. Hi. You in charge of this smithy? I want to buy and sell weapons. Bronze longsword, 60. Stone spear, iron spear. He's a little better with melee weapons than he is with those. Okay, armory. What do you sell in this shop? Okay, armor. Wait a minute. Let me do that conversation over. You sell in this shop. Why do I need armor? I need it if you plan to travel around down here. Don't count on getting any iron or steel armor, though. Darn expensive. Hard to make down here. Leather's cheap, though. Bronze is okay. And magic? Forget it. Elfram makes all the armor we sell. Who's Ephraim? My husband. He makes weapons in the smithy next door. Ask him about Demon Slayer. She chuckles. Magic items? A few. Mages down here, such as they are, have a really tough time making magic armor. Potions and scrolls, sure, but armor, almost never. We'll find it eventually. Can I buy and sell stuff? Studded armor. Pretty pricey, but kind of important considering how little we have right now. We're wearing, like, the absolute worst armor in the game. Poor leather. It's just barely better than a generic robe. One through 3 minus 1 points of damage. Or does that mean at least 1? Or plus 1? It looks like -1. Well, I can buy a cloak anyway, and I could sell this dagger. Oh, she already has a cloak. Give it for her then, and you can have one too. Get you this studded armor, I guess, and these boots, and the helmet. And some gloves. It's about as good as you're gonna get. For now. So our warrior is kitted out. This is basically immigration. We're in a new place and we don't have any clue what to do. The only thing I know to do is get a boat to solve the problem of the thumping behind the cow shed, but we can't afford the boat. Especially now that I got the armor, but the armor will serve us a lot better than a boat right now because we can't really go anywhere the boat can take us. Get these rocks for her. Now she can throw rocks at people. I guess... Who are you? Jay. Young, well-built man is weighted down with 2 heavy leather bags. Greetings to you. Are you a traveler? I'm kind of a refugee. What are you fleeing? Well, I was a farmhand up at Fort Duvno. It's 20 miles to the north. But then the Nephilim started coming south, and I decided to move to more hospitable territory. We have those on the surface. They're in Avernum too? Yeah, the catheads. They're starting trouble again. They're building some sort of fort to the north, at the north end of this huge cave. It's small now, but nobody's doing anything about it. Soon it'll be big. Then watch out! You can find out a lot more about it at Fort Duvno. Go east to Fort Avernum, and then north. Doot. I have a feeling I just need to record everything. Huh. Any advice on how to stay alive in Avernum? A lot of people come through here asking for my advice. I just suggest trying to go down here, trying to do down here what you did on the surface, as long as it isn't harmful to anyone, of course. Did you run in on the surface? Yes, unfortunately. Unknown to me, several rebels were using my place as a base of operation. When the Empire found them, they died. Then, to play it safe, I was sent to Avernum. Not fair, but since when has the Empire been fair? Harsh. Those darn rebels. Whoosh. What is this? Don't know why it does that. Fort Duvno. Okay. The barracks. A bow. Ooh, ranged weapons. Stone arrows, stone bolts, iron bolts. Farming supplies, you say? Tall, peculiar-looking man dressed in leather sits by the counter. He has long hair and a broad smile. Oh, why is farming in quotes on your sign? I'm curious. Used to sell farming supplies when there were farms. Then I diversified. When there were farms, what do you mean by that? There are a lot of brigands in these parts. Not good, respectable thieves. Savages. They've been attacking the farms. There's one band of them in particular I'd like to see dealt with. Perhaps I could help you deal with them. If you're good at that, go straight north towards Formello. You meet a group of bandits that has been extorting money from merchants passing by. Deal with them and I will pay you handsomely. Alright, I can give that a shot. A sage. No question too trivial. Hi, I have some trivial questions. Man behind the counter is short and heavy set. He wears a mage's robes, not crisp and clean, but ratty, as if he's been traveling recently. What can I buy? Ooh, identification. Alchemy. Healing and energy. I think we can already make that. What sort of profession requires so much darn traveling? I'd try to be a sage, but lately I've been seeing a lot of action. Looks down at his robes apologetically. What sort of action were you in? Captain Johnson enlisted me to help out against the foe. I was on a raid against a bandit fort up the hill to the west. It was a mess. We fared much better than the group that attacked the Nephilim to the north. None of them returned. Except you, hopefully. You know we can always use more help. What can a sage do? My specialty is item lore. I can identify your items, but if you like. But also I've come across some interesting alchemy information. I know some valuable but simple recipes. Oh, that's good to know. We don't have much skill in anything right now. A blacksmith. Hey, guy. What do you deal in, sir? The man in front of you is huge, leather-clad, and grimy. He holds a very large hammer. What do you deal in? I'm the blacksmith around here. I repair weapons and the like. You can buy some here, or sell your spares as well. Can you repair anything? Actually, I just do small repairs. Now, Bootle up in Fort Draco, he can do some good repairs. Is there really a demand for blacksmithing? Oh yes, soldiers need fresh weapons as fast as I can provide them. The raids have been coming faster, not slower. It's doing the raiding. Mainly the bandits. Lately, with the big kiddies taking up the slack, there used to be a lot of farms in the north. Used to be. Now we're the only fort in the area. Pauses to think. You know, we could always use some help. Talk to the Captain Johnson, the guardhouse across the street. Okay. Hey, I bet you're the captain. You have a fancy thing on your hat. See a large bearded man in gleaming steel armor. My goodness. And an iron halberd is strapped over his back. Clearly he must be the captain of this fort. Fortunately, he looks glad to see you. How can I assist you, Captain? Could use some help protecting this fort from the bandits and the Nephilim. It's my job to not rest until all the vermin are dead. You have all these soldiers. What can I do? Our soldiers are the best, but we can always use some mercenaries too. The bandits are off balance now. We could really use help against the Nephilim. Practically spits out the last word. There is a weird gleam in his eye. Can you tell me about the bandits? I'm not ready for the Nephilim, that much is for certain. I'm not too worried about them. They live in a fort to the west. They destroyed several farms, but we're wearing them down. Can I help you fight the bandits? Definitely. The bandits have overrun a ruined fort to the west, led by a powerful mage. If that mage was gone, we'd have a much easier time dealing with them. Kill the magician and you will be well rewarded. Okay, we have an official mission. Who are you? Healer. We don't need a healer yet. That's probably if someone gets killed. Oh hey, who is this? Small worried man in traveler's clothes. A holy symbol hangs prominently from his neck. Why are you wear that holy symbol? Bring word to the flock. I once did so in Formello, but now I'm moving safer ground. Why did you leave Formello? I was an assistant priest there, but the raids got too much for me. I was worried I worked for Mother Claudette, a good, fine woman, but she had the ear of the mayor. Plus, she had the ear of the mayor. If you're ever there, mention my name to her. She'll help you get settled. As for me, I'm off. What can you tell us about Formello? City to the north. They've had troubles, though not as bad as down here. The worst thing that's happened so far is that a dog barked and Nephilim spies stole the mayor's necklace. He laughs. Sounds trivial, I know, but it's supposed to have powerful magic. And a dog. Still, the attacks are going to increase. I'm glad I left. The attacks were starting to increase. Where are you going? Going to the Great Cave, where things are calmer. Looks worried for a moment, or so I hear. What is the Great Cave? You don't really know much about Avernum, do you? It's far to the south, and then west. It's the largest cavern in Avernum. It contains a number of cities and forts, and the castle, the capital of Avernum. You should try to see it if you ever get the chance. Okie dokie, thanks. Good luck with whatever you're doing. Stray lost group of cave cows. They must have wandered away from a nearby farm. Try to round them up in the hopes of gaining a reward, but they're surprisingly nimble and stubborn. Eventually they escape. Bye, cows. I forget what you need for that. Cave lore, maybe? And my party's cave lore isn't very good. Bandit cave fort to the west. What is this? Oh, Kotra. They're out on patrol. Mutual greetings, they give you a warning. Be very careful, you're planning traveling further west. There's a lot of sliths in this area, and they're very dangerous. Notice that it looks like they've seen a lot of combat lately. Well, probably don't want to go this way just yet. Oh, just a minute. Alright, I'm back. Let's resume looking for that bandit fort. There's a swamp. Descending a huge craggy spire of rock dominating this end of a huge cavern. An old road made of thick cobblestones leads up its side. Top of the hill you can see a fortress with a commanding view of the enormous cavern to the west. The fort is in ruins, so you can still see smoke from fires drifting up into the air. Uh-oh, Nephars. Priest. Ow. Ouch. Oh, that didn't go well. Run away! Ah! No. Frickin' Nephars. I'm glad I could avoid them. Now let's try the bandits again. I don't know why it's stuttering. As you enter this abandoned fortress, it was a small outpost placed here to watch over the vast expanses of cavern to the west. It's fallen in the ruin now for some reason. The people of Avernum decided to abandon it. Actually, now that you look around, it's clear that this fort isn't abandoned. There are people living here, though you doubt they're the legitimate